Updated.
Yes.
Guess what?
Yes, what's what?
I,
Wait, I didn't hear what you said.
I said, how long are you gonna play this for? And you said yes.
Oh, I don't know.
So when are we having that candy?
I never said I was doing candy tonight.
I just asked your ass.
No, I was saying you can
said-
celebrate. I didn't say I was partaking.
I still
So-
don't understand.
So what you're saying is, you want me to roll?
No, that's not what I said. You're misinterpreting things.
I just feel like that means that you're not. Yeah.
You should go to my stream to make sure it sounds good. Sound good, look
I'm on.
good. Oh. Does it sound and look good? No, I'm not talking about Discord. I'm talking about Twitch.
Oh.
Sine, you are left, huh?
Slap her.
Yes.
No. I'm trying to figure out if I want to keep the
think
chat right
so.
here.
You
I
probably
think
going
so.
by look, yeah. Don't forget my name. Don't forget my name.
I love the jazz music. Do you guys like the music?
Yes. You like jazz?
You like jazz?
You like jazz?
Isn't that from the V movie?
Huh?
Isn't that from the V movie?
Yeah.
Me when... Okay, actually, I need to turn this music down. Like, I turned it down a lot, and it's still loud to me. Oh, not me hearing myself.
Oh yes. Oh wait, I forgot you said you're doing face cam. Yes, it sounds good.
Hey. Okay, let us get started then. Oh, there's two. There's two. The root trees are dead. Like I said, I'm using you guys, so you guys will be reading.
Huh?
You will be reading. I don't think there's a lot of voice acting in this game. Oh wait, I said I was gonna make my post. I feel like that took a long time to start.
This shit at the top, the Discord shit. That's what you're talking about,
Yeah,
bro.
the little
I'm
bubble
confused. Is
things.
that not just an automatic?
The plane that crashed last
Oh,
night
that's
just
loud.
outside of
Whoa.
Pittsburgh is now known to have been the
Can I
private jet of the
Okay.
Roottrees Corporation. Local aviation authorities have speculated, based on the pilot's final communication, that the winter storm and heavy winds played a significant role in the crash. On board were multiple family members, including corporate president Carl Roottree and his daughters, the Roottrees sisters, best known for their fashion lines and modeling careers. There were no survivors. Again, for those of you just
I feel
joining
like I've
us,
seen this man before.
the Roottrees are dead.
Wow.
The Rock. Wait. Ooh, hold on. Let me
The
check this
Rock.
out.
I know it's
Wow.
late,
Oh,
but
she's
I'm guessing
loud.
you've seen the news. In addition to dealing with the grief, the Roottrees Company's lawyers are scrambling. Everything's about to change. Anyone proven to be a blood relative is about to get much richer. I'm here to ensure everyone is accounted for.
Okay.
I've heard you're an expert at sorting out complicated family trees. A genealogy genie, as it were.
I want to call
I'm
myself
going to
that.
give you a quick test.
The thing that,
Pass, and I can
you
promise
told her,
you
like,
the job of a lifetime.
And she wants us to connect it tomorrow.
Oh.
Girl, what the fuck? How the hell she get that?
Oh, can I
I
turn
didn't
it
send
down
her
first?
one. Gosh, she found it.
She found it.
Roar.
No, telling me to do
Thank you.
something.
Oh, wow, the chat is so active right now. Hi
I
guys.
didn't even know about it.
Wait, since there's a duck right here. Okay, wait. Oh, no, I don't want to use a hint. But there's a duck. I'm gonna show you guys my ducks. So this is which one is this? This is Henry. This is Henry.
Oh.
This is Peter. He's also a shark or a fish. I don't really know where he
I don't
is.
think he's a shark. I think he's wearing a shark.
And then yeah, that. And then this is Fat Doug Jr. I know he takes up like the whole camera.
Oh.
But
That's a big dog.
yes, this was a
That's
birthday
Right.
gift. This is Fat Doug Jr. He takes it after his mom, me. So
Ooh.
yes. Anyway, can I turn it down now? Okay. Audio, speech needs to go down. That was too loud. Okay. Sisters. Birth order, oldest to youngest. Examine the evidence, search the internet for clues, fill in the names, occupations, photos. Okay. Evidence. Who would like to read the first one? Because it ain't gonna be me.
I got it.
I think the court would like
Period.
to.
Shut up.
Oh.
The person who hired you gave you this photo with the note attached. This was taken during the shoot for the Roottrees sisters, quote, got milk ad. I've tracked down a nest. I've tracked down a test photo from before they painted the fake mustaches on, which I thought would be more appropriate considering the circumstances. The ad's copy reads, "You might recognize our faces from the magazine you're reading, or you might recognize our name from the candy bar you're eating. Being a Rootree is a full-time job, but so is growing up. That's why the calcium found in milk is so important. Plus, you can't make chocolate without it." Wow.
I don't know if I got anything about them from this besides what they look like. Next.
Sounds like they own a chocolate business or something.
List of names. This list was provided to you by the mysterious person who showed up at your door. You'll need it to fill in the family tree. This is a lot of people.
Ooh.
Oh.
Oh,
That's a lot of
Lord.
root trees as well. Look at that. And these are just the men, I'm assuming, and then oh Lord. Okay.
Good Lord.
Welcome. Welcome to the information superhighway. Thanks for purchasing a new Cashew PC. Is any of this relevant? Happy surfing. Do not try to eat your computer. Okay. Got it.
Darn. There goes my afternoon plans.
You know, I'm glad I wasn't alive when computers made these sounds. Spider search. Oh, this is the icon on the game. You can create notes quickly by highlighting text with your mouse. Okay, what if I just root trees? First few pages are filled with news results about the plane crash. Besides that, there are countless advertisements and conversations about the various products made by the Roottrees Candy Company. Okay, so you were right. Most articles mention Carl Roottrees, who was the president of the Roottrees Candy Company. His daughters are also eulogized, collectively referred to as the Roottrees sisters. They've been famous from very early age. Okay. A lot of habituated. You know what? Let me take a pause. Let me pause. I can read, guys, please. A lot of obituaries that focus on the Roottrees sisters' modeling careers. You also come across an unofficial Roottrees fan site seemingly curated by a teenager. It's neon pink with purple text and hard to read until you highlight the words. Okay, Raina is the most famous because she's the oldest. Okay, you know what? Hold on. We're cooking. We're cooking right now. Raina. Hold on. Back to the computer. Oldest got married to TMS, but Riley is the smart one. Rose is a middle child like me. Rose. Hello? Her name isn't Rose. Right. Okay. Moving on. You might think they're rich just because they're models, but their dad is also the president of the candy company, and their mom Brenda is a fashion designer. They do the modeling for her brand Roots. I eat Roottrees candy all the time. Favorite are Maple Crisp. Maple Crisp?
I'm confused already.
Me
If
too.
all
They're...
three of the names are there, Raina, Riley, and Rose. Then
Yeah, I don't know why Rose wasn't popping up. Someday I want to get my ears pierced like Rose. Website's author continues to talk about her. Okay. Not relevant. It was spelled with an H. So let me just do Riley. Oh, wait. Riley? Huh?
Riley with an H.
Oh, with an
RH.
H. My bad. Okay. So where's the last one? Rose. Alright, let's try TMS. I don't know if this is relevant. Common abbreviation for early 90s teen heartthrob Tommy Mark Sheridan. His first credited role as Thomas Sheridan was on a soap opera called Time Marches Onward. He skyrocketed to popularity after his starring role on the sitcom Brother Trouble. See, I don't know if any of this is relevant or not right now. Short engagement, they married. She was only 19, he was 23. Okay. So they got married. Was it Thomas Sheridan? And they're all models, I think. Oh. Okay. And can I still... Oh, I can steal these. Okay. Now I just gotta figure out who's who. And then we still don't know where Rose is. So let's do Riley Roottrees. This is the one that already popped up. What's her name? Raina? Same thing. Rose. Wait. Is not as popular as her older sister. Still very well known. Rose by herself don't lead to anything. If someone isn't in the list of names that your employer provided, doing a deeper dive on what you learn about them will often lead to additional discoveries. A good research tip is to make note of any brand names, books, product lines, or magazines that you don't recognize and search for them. Okay. So let's go back then. Newspaper. Root came up. Is this a... Always has a period after it. Okay. Let's try root with the period. There we go.
Root. The period is part of the name.
Is a clothing company. They make clothes for children, from toddlers to teenagers. Although their website is down, likely due to increased web traffic, you find countless retail sites attempting to advertise their clothing or their clothes toward the target audience. One of them has this to say: "You've spied the Roottrees sisters looking hella fly on catalogs, magazines, and posters. Now you too can be Riley, Rose, or Raina." Okay, so her name is Rose. What, like, why is she not popping up? Oh,
maybe
what
she
was
changed
that
it.
sound? What was that sound?
Was it in the game?
No, I think it... Oh, I have a new follower. Thank you, bro. That scared me so bad. Oh my god. Okay. Right, I finished that sentence. You also come across a website from a collector of clothing catalogs. Apparently, Root has released 2 catalogs per year every year since 1984, and Raina appeared on almost all of them. There's only one that the webmaster considers a collector's item enough to mention. It seems that Brenda Roottree, the Roottree sisters' mother and Root's head designer, appeared on one cover holding her daughter Rose in 1985. The site says that this was the only time her daughter was ever listed with her birth name, Carly Roottrees. Thank you. Okay. Carly. Now.
So, oh, why did we feel the name or feel the name? Oh my goodness, feel the need to change her name simply for modeling.
I don't know. Actually, let me see if I can find the thing. Brenda Roottrees. You stumble across an auction for a black and blue dress that's a Brenda White original. The auction describes it a vintage dress from before Brenda became Brenda Roottrees and started designing clothes for Root. The white and gold dress itself doesn't. Not this again. Wait, Takori, did you see white and gold or black or blue?
I saw black and blue, but then one day I stared at it long enough and I started seeing white and gold.
I've only seen white and gold. I don't know why that is. I know a lot of people. It's like the same with the Yanny Laurel thing. Like that I can hear both, but with the dress I can only see white and gold. I don't know why.
Like I know.
I don't know if that's relevant.
Cause
it's blue and black. I don't know what I was gonna say, but it's blue and black. Yeah.
On one cover. How do I find the magazine though? Like I'm not.
Is it somewhere in the room?
How do I back up? Riot Girl. Okay.
Oh.
The Notorious Montjoys?
Who says
I don't think it's
I
them.
can't wear my Converse.
Ooh, the vocals, y'all. Yes. I don't think it's here though. Oh, this is the evidence table. One of them said something about a piercing. One of the websites. Someone has a piercing. Someday I want to get my ears pierced like Rose/Carly. So you're Rose, because you're the only one wearing earrings, per chance. We're just gonna lock that in. I don't know. And then
all three of them would have pierced ears.
We already did Brenda. Oh, we didn't do Carl. He's the one that, or they all died, but he was the president.
And that
Carl Roottrees died in the recent plane crash. Yeah. President. The Roottrees Candy Company plans to put out a press release sometime within the hour to address the absence of Carl, the crash, and questions they have been receiving. Okay. So give me nothing. What? Oh, the candy company. I didn't search that yet, I don't think. Corey, you know, this is a good page for you. Let go ahead.
You know, Rennie has.
Rennie actually, yeah,
What?
Rennie, you haven't read, you know. What?
You know.
No, go ahead.
Shit, if I fucked up, no, I didn't.
Actually, wait, don't start reading yet. I have to turn you up. Or okay, go ahead.
Are you calling me loud?
No, that's not why I said.
Mixed in with what, bitch?
Go ahead.
Right. Mixed in with the recent news of the plane crash, there are a lot of results for Roottrees' extremely popular candy product. Their official website is unstable due to the traffic it has been receiving. However, you find a direct link to the history section that manages to work momentarily. The Roottrees Candy Company was founded by Elias? What the fuck is that?
I think it's Elias
Roottrees, shortly after he married his wife Gwyneth, whose family owned a small farm called the Anderson Maple Farm. For reasons that aren't explained on the page, it has no CEO and no stockholders. Instead, it's run by a president with input and votes from extended family. The site doesn't mention that every president has been a direct descendant of Elias and Gwyneth, including Carl Roottrees, who, despite his death, is listed as the current president. The product that put them on the map were what?
5
The
pieces?
product? No, but like that. I don't think that's grammatically correct. But the product that put them on the map were 5 pieces maple candies with 5 different flavors that are dipped in a crispy, crackly candy coating. Since then, they have branched out to countless other products, all of which incorporate maple in some way. Their sister, this sounds like Cheryl Blossom. Their sister company, simply titled Root, specializes in children's clothing. The primary models for Root are the Roottrees.
So once again, I feel like this gave me nothing aside from who Elias and Gwyneth are. I'm trying to figure out
You have
which.
their farm.
Huh?
That's true.
I don't know.
Can I just like brute force this? I mean, she looks young. You look like the oldest. You look. There we go. Okay. Because I'm just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Raina, Carly, Riley, Thomas. I don't know if you're important. Oh, she back? Hey.
Sorry to test you, but I had to be sure you could use the internet. Some folks refuse to get with the times. Safe to say, you're hired.
Do I have to click
The
arrow?
reward for untangling the family tree is substantial. Life-changing, even. But here's the catch. The Roottrees go way, way back. The family tree's a bit daunting.
This is a lot of people.
Most people freak out the first time they
I'm
see the
scared
whole
for what
thing,
this board is about
but
to look
I'm
like.
sure you'll be fine.
Mhm.
The man who started it was particular about whom he considered family. For your purposes, you only need his direct blood relatives.
Okay, maybe it won't be that bad then.
Anyone related only by marriage is optional, but filling them in can lead to useful discoveries. Lastly, you now have access to some unique websites, plus a list of notable Roottrees.
Oh, okay.
Notable people are easy to find via your search engine, and marked with stars on the family tree. I'm
Okay.
off for now. Carl Roottree had a lot in his office. I'll look for anything useful. I'll return
you
once you
stealing
identify
from
6
him?
more blood relatives.
Right. Who is this?
6? Oh!
What?
The
Sorry,
board.
one last thing. This might sound odd, but if anyone else claiming to represent the Rootrees reaches out, I'd appreciate you not mentioning I was here. Thank you, and good luck.
That's so suspicious.
Hi. My summer's going great so far. Thank you.
That's suspicious.
Oh.
That's weird.
Oh, yeah. This is a
Oh.
big tree. That's crazy.
Mm-mm. I couldn't even figure out my own family tree.
Do y'all? Oh!
Oh!
You gotta figure out all this?
That's too much, I fear.
Wait. Oh.
Hold on.
Oh, well, yeah, we know them. Wait, this might be easier than I
Sine,
thought.
this is Malik. Hope you have a great summer so far. Oh, have had a great summer so far.
I said hi.
Her
Wait.
name's right there. Her name is
Oh.
right there.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, sorry. So he's the first president,
Me.
and then we don't know.
I mean, she's a wife.
Oh,
so I think that's
wait.
an occupation.
Is there any
Yeah.
like farm? Farm.
Yeah, she worked. She was from
stuff?
a farm. Yeah.
Yeah, wait, let me go back to that Anderson maple farm. Oh, it printed out a photo. Okay. You find some information on a website for the first Anderson maple farm. There are a few pictures, including a famous picture of Elias and Gwyneth. Perfect! Before marrying Elias, Gwyneth Rootree was Gwyneth Anderson. Yes, no. Oh, let me calm down. She had no brothers, so as the oldest sister, she was to inherit the Anderson maple farm so long as she married. Before Elias took over, the farm produced only syrup. It was supposedly Elias's idea to create candy instead. Their success was not immediate until they decided to combine the maple with other flavors. This led to 5 pieces, which are still found in stores to this day. Wait, what? Oh, it's 1998. Okay. Though the Roottrees Candy Company expanded well beyond their original farm, it has been preserved as a tourist attraction. According to their website, there are still daily demonstrations and educational tours that show off many of the turn-of-the-century appliances that Gwyneth would have used as a housewife in the early 1900s. Great. Thanks, guys. Oop. Well, I need to get used to this UI, because, it's not it. Okay, how do I get to... Oh! They are fire! This is the famous picture of Elias and Gwyneth Roottrees taken in 1909 after they founded the Roottrees Candy Company. Yeah, I don't think any of that is useful. Okay. Elias and Gwyneth. Okay. 3 more blood relatives. Well, we know your dad is Carl. He was I guess the most recent president, so 5th. Brenda was their mom. I guess your last name's White. But we don't know what Carl looks like. Okay, 5 pieces. This is an advertisement for the 5 pieces aimed at kids from the magazine Teen Blast. It mentioned 11. 11 what? Oh, you know what? Let me get to that in a second. It mentions that the 5 pieces were named as such because the original creator had 5 children. That also mentions that the current 5 flavors are not the same as back then. Strawberry, Power Plum, Awesome Apple, Bad Blue Raspberry, Cool Chocolate. Radical new flavors. They look... Well, maple leaves, maybe?
Oh.
Yeah.
Then what is the...
What even
the
is
red one?
Elderberry. I don't know. Is that an... I don't know what that is, actually. I would not eat these, respectfully. Intuition. I don't... I'm not reading
That's
this.
a lot.
These numbers will change whenever you find more evidence for Locke and family members. New discoveries will be added to the list, and old evidence will become less useful. Okay, so I guess this is like the thing in Galley House where it showed how many more scenes you could discover from other ones. So 11 things can be learned from this with the candy, I guess. And then... Oh, this is a recap of the story. Okay. Notable Roottrees. The person who hired you gave you this list. Alright, let's just start going through these then. Carl. Well, we already looked up Carl. Let's do it again. Oh, Takori, you go ahead.
Oh.
I'm putting y'all to work.
You are. Carl Roottrees died in the recent plane crash along with his wife, Brenda Roottrees, and their daughters, the Roottrees sisters. He was the president of the Roottrees Candy Company, as well as the clothing company, Root, which he co-founded with his wife. There is a short press release that the Roottrees Candy Company released today to news organizations. December 6th, 1998. It is with a heavy heart that we mourn the loss of Carl, Brenda, the Roottrees sisters, and other employees that perished in the terrible tragedy. The entire Roottrees family is in shock and requesting privacy at this time. As the head of our company, Carl was an incredible man and an unmatched leader. Filling his absence will be difficult and may take considerable time. In the interim, we hope that you join us in looking back fondly on Carl and his family's triumphs and accomplishments. They go on to list some of the accomplishments. One of them seems relevant to your search. Like his great-grandfather before him, Carl earned the highly prestigious, quote, Watchman of the Year title.
Okay. What is that?
This is cool as shit.
It is. Business Watch magazine is a magazine focused on companies, CEOs, and the economy. They've been around for over 100 years in one form or another, and will often write about major changes in management at famous companies. Every year, they offer an award to a prominent businessman who has furthered the field. They call this Watchman of the Year. You find through a few searches that two Roottrees have been featured as Watchmen of the Year: Elias Roottree and Carl. Yeah. Business Watch does not host any online archives on any site you can find via spider search, though you may be able to find individual articles and issues through your periodical search, which is here. Okay, let's do Carl then. Cover and a summary. Oh, look at this gentleman. Thank you.
Wait.
Thank you.
Sakori, what? Choose your words very wisely.
Listen.
Anyway, Carl Roottrees was voted Watchman of the Year in 1987, and a photo of him appears on the cover. According to the cover, Business Watch is a magazine for and about corporate leaders and has ongoing coverage of who's who in the corporate world. Carl was chosen not for his work at Roottrees Candy, but rather a clothing company, Root, including the period. There's a brief history. Before they married, Carl's wife Brenda was a fashion consultant. When Raina was born, Brenda retired to become a stay-at-home mother. Looking for a creative outlet, she spent Sakori. Now, why would you put that? Yo. Stay-at-home mother. Looking for a creative outlet, she spent any free time she had at the sewing machine.
Just don't warm too long.
Damn, Rennie.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
My bad. Raina's new clothes were a hit with other parents, including Carl's cousin, Jim Roottrees, a notable singer who had a younger daughter around the same age as Raina. Word spread. By 1982, Brenda's patterns were being copied by other brands. Seeing the demand, Carl and his second cousin, Ernie Jr., who had just become president of Roottrees at the time, spearheaded Root. Okay.
Oh no, you lost
Let's
me,
use this
I don't even know
notepad.
what a second cousin is.
Siblings, cousins, second, distant cousin, people that share the same great grandparents but not the same grandparents. What? Wait. People that share the same great grandparents but not the same grandparents.
How does that work?
A grandparent sibling.
Okay. Right.
Oh.
Let's just do. Oh, I thought it would delete the page one. General notes. Carl and his second. Okay, so Ernie Jr. was a president at some point, whoever he is. Jim Roottrees is a person. Okay. He is a person. Oh, we have your photo now. Here we go. Yay!
How many children did Elias and
I think they had 5. I think they had 5. But that's 5 too many in this case because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And how many kids did they have?
A lot, apparently. You see all these kids?
Mm-hmm.
What does this mean? You don't have any portraits available. Oh, I guess he has another potential photo to use. I don't think I want another photo of him. He's definitely not Carl. Like, look at this handsome man right here. Okay. So all this is right. Once they turn yellow, they're correct. All right, who else was notable?
Jim? Or did you do that?
Gwen?
Jim.
Oh, Jim. I thought you said Gwen. I was like, huh? Jim Roottrees.
Roottrees.
James Roottrees is a singer who sings in the duo Jim and Diamond with his wife Diamond LaRoe.
Wait, that's kind of fire.
The duo, according to many sources you find, is considered a one-hit wonder due to the disco song "Rollin' On Down the City." Although Jim writes the majority of songs, plays the guitar, and often sings, Diamond is considered by fans to be the band's lead singer. The band never had another hit, but it has its fans, who refer to themselves as Diamond's Dazzlers. The rest of their music is more folksy and acoustic than the one song they were known for. Jim and Diamond have continued to release music through the 80s and early 90s. Other albums you find mentioned are Cherry Tree and Sound of Laughter. Jim has become a bit of a recluse and hasn't made a public appearance since 1996.
Roll it on down to the city.
Oh,
they missed
fire. Wait, no, I haven't listened to this.
Wait, she looks like Dazzler from X-Men. You have to look it up to know. Hold on, I can.
They should have spelled his name as like Gem, Gem.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I like. You know what? And since you like that, you should read this one.
Oh. It's a little long. Oh.
A little. Oh. Wait, those are just lyrics. I think. Yeah. You don't have to read the lyrics.
Okay. Rolling on down to the city. Was barely a top 10. Ooh, shit. A top 20 hit for a few weeks in 1979. According to the liner notes, it's satirized. It's satirized. Help me, bro. Somebody, please. Satirizes. Oh my god.
Just move on, Rennie. It's okay.
How a part of society was
Save her.
Please, okay, let me restart. Rolling on down to the city was barely a top 20 hit for a few weeks in 1979. According to the liner notes, it satirizes how a part of society was content to remain indifferent to economic inflation and civil unrest in the Middle East, unless pop culture tricked them into caring. Somewhat ironically, listeners didn't seem to pay attention to the lyrics enough to trick them into caring. Instead, most of it play came from roller discos. Yeah. Because it was such a product of its time, it doesn't get much play anymore, even on stations that play oldies. Oh, this image is from an auction for a sealed copy. It has a sticker that says, "Only the great grandson of Elias Roottrees could make disco this sweet." It is credited to Peter Janowicz from MMM. And then music and lyrics by Jim Roottrees, vocals by Jim Roottrees and Diamond LaRue.
Oh, wait, we can play it?
Oh.
Wait, I can't hear it. Wait, stop. Stop, I want to turn it up. Oh, yes, get it, y'all.
Oh, yes.
It's fire.
Oh, there are lyrics too?
Yes.
Y'all, then go ahead.
Why we burning, but I'm feeling.
Go ahead. You have the lyrics. Karaoke.
Hey,
Rennie got that.
We can't afford gas, so we.
Wait, this is very relevant right now.
Ooh. I'm so witty. Gotta love for the witty.
Wait, I kind of need the song.
On down to the city. Mm-hmm.
I don't think any of this is relevant though, so I'm gonna. How do I stop it? Please stop. Stop. Oh, I didn't mean to. Oh, that's not. Turn it back down. Back down. Okay. Okay. There's a lot of stuff mentioned here. We have Peter. Who are you? Peter, whatever his last name is, seems to be a music critic. You find him mentioned on a fan website about the band, unrelated to the Roottrees. Works for Modern Music Monthly. Okay, abbreviation for, magazine from the 40s to early 80s. Went out of business due to high competition from much more major publications. Okay. So let's try this with, what's his name, Jim Roottrees? Oh god, this is a lot of reading. Okay. A review and interview from 1979 titled "A Reluctant Hitmaker, Jim Goes into His First Band." Until a few years ago, Diamond and I were in C&J plus J&D with my cousin and his ex. Clark never knew his okay, this is a lot. Clark never knew his father, so our grandpop insisted he spent time with Dad and me. As a result, Clark and I grew up like brothers. Diamond and Jane, on the other hand, are actually sisters, so the four of us had sort of a cutesy family band thing going on. Not our finest hour. Regardless, when Diamond walked in on Clark in bed with her younger sister,
What?
everything exploded. No more family band. Yeah, I don't think so. The only thing Clark and I had in common was music, but even then, we never agreed on what it should be. He was always more interested in catchy tunes, something you hum a week later. I've been told Roland is like that, but that wasn't my goal. When he called me up and said he liked it, I took it as a sign I was going in the wrong direction musically. That made him laugh, but I'm trying to make art. I don't mind saying any of this because he'd agree. For most of the decade, he was a mess, but he's a lot happier now. He started rapper tunes, and he's a much better jingle writer than songwriter. One of the benefits of our famous family is a massive company willing to be a client. That's also how my father was connected to Roottrees. All of his old ad campaigns were hung on the walls over the record player, but I was never interested. I just went straight for the music. I guess Clark was paying more attention. Okay. We have a Clark. Okay, wait. We have this. We're gonna highlight that because I'm assuming that's the other band name. Father. So Jim's father. Old ad campaigns. Okay. Okay. Let's do Clark Roottrees? Nothing. Diamond. Oh, it's not typing. Diamond. Oh. LaRoe. Oh. In an article from 1968, you find a small section focusing on young, upcoming talent that Modern Music Monthly predicts will make it big. It has this to say about the LaRoes, or whatever. The LaRoe sisters got their start doing session work for their great uncle's record label. If you remember any songs from the 1960 through 1965, or whatever, that featured the voices of kids, they were probably involved. Back then, they were credited as the Lucky LaRoes. Now that he's passed, they've moved on to bigger and better ventures and are going by their full names. Diamond and Jane have been touring with some famous faces. Ever heard of the Roottrees? And are looking to release an album sometime in the next year. Youngest Kim is about to step into a prominent role on Broadway, taking over one of the children in Oliver. Okay. So let's look at this for a second. Jim is the cousin of Carl, so he's in this row somewhere. One of these question marks is Jim, and then the other is Clark. Oh, well, Jim is a notable, so it has to be this one. This has to be James Roottrees, yes. And he was a singer. Is that in here? Singer's not here.
Student in college.
Musician. He married Diamond. What was he the one married to Diamond? Or
Yeah.
okay. Diamond LaRoe. And we have your picture. And I guess we have a picture for her. Yes. That looks good. I like that. They had 2 kids.
Wrong way.
Oh wait, I was gonna search this. There we go. Another thing. A band called C&J plus J&D released one single called These Times. Someone with the username Die Hard Dazzler scanned the cover and noted that it cost him over $200 at an auction. Apparently this was Jim Roottrees and Diamond LaRose's first song together. He also mentions that it was performed with Jim's cousin and Diamond's sister, and that it was only somewhat similar to Jim and Diamond's later works. You can't find anything else about Die Hard Dazzler, the band, or the single, so all that's left to do is add the scan to your evidence after a blazing fast 35-minute download. The track is also available. Another song!
The Lord.
Oh god, he looks high as god knows what. Oh, is that Clark or Jim? Which one is that?
He gives.
Actually, let's turn this up so we can hear the song. Hold on. Go ahead. Killing me. I'll read the top part after this.
Life is life, love shall be.
Okay.
I feel like these songs are songs that I've heard before. Like they sound very similar to the song.
Anyway, These Times is an old single from folk group C&J and J&D. You've scan whatever. The website also lists the song credits as music plus lyrics. Hey.
It's like it keeps getting louder.
Yeah. I was like, please. Music and lyrics by Clark Rafferty and Jim Roottrees. Backup vocals by the LaRose. On it is a sticker that says folk style songwriting catchy magazine. Yeah, we know them. Lyrics contain no clues. Okay. So your name is Clark Rafferty, but I don't know which thing you are. What is this split up? I have a feeling it's you. Oh wait, there's also one right here. Guardian, adoption, or otherwise. It might be one of these two because he cheated on whoever he was with. The sister. Can't really lock it in. I'm done listening to this song. Okay. We have more photos. Just don't know who's who. Who else was notable? Gwen read. Jim's not crossed out? Oh, maybe you have to complete his entry first. Okay. Let's do Gwen. Or, actually, let's Die Hard Dazzler. Does this do anything? No. Okay. Gwen... Roottrees? Oh, you find some information on a website about old films that are not yet available on VHS. The site is not very well organized and the search is broken, but you can get to individual pages from your search engine. Gwen Roottrees is a somewhat well-known actress who was active in the 1950s. She often appeared in tabloids, especially around the time of her highly publicized divorce. Her biggest role was the minor hit movie Guys Like Us. She left Hollywood after the flop of Christmas Mission. There's a widely circulated picture of Gwen from behind the scenes on one of her movies, which you've added to evidence. Gwen was the granddaughter of Elias Roottrees, the founder of Roottrees Candy. She shouldn't have been named Roottrees, but her father took her mother's famous name, which was quite rare. Okay, I'm gonna note that. Okay. Good. Very good. Now the photo. Okay, period. Photos. Wiley. All that jazz. Okay. Yes, she is a star. And it said she is the granddaughter of Elias. So she would be in this row. So there's 3 stars in this row. So that's not... Well, she did get a divorce. So I think it has to be you. Gwen. Roottrees, and she was an actress. Don't know your husband or ex-husband's name. Let's look more into that. Guys Like Us. Guys Like Us is a 1953 film in which two secretaries cut their hair short and pose as businessmen to get ahead in life until one of them falls in love with their client. Ooh, and what is this word? Hilarity ensues, starring Gwen Roottrees, Leslie Florence, and Harrison Lane. The title is a play on words, as it can be read that the two women are men similar to other men, or that the men are fond of them. What? Okay. Leslie, are you important? Leslie was Gwen Roottrees' co-star. Not much relevant information. Okay. Harrison Lane. Harrison Lane was a television actor. His largest role before Guys Like Us was as the villain in the first season of Western Frontiers. Due to the popularity of Guys Like Us, the studio brought Lane back to play the villain's twin brother, this time as a hero joining the protagonist. Western Frontiers has no connection to... Oh. Yay. Okay. Gwen, give us nothing. Let's see, divorce? Oh, wait, no, I was gonna... Gwen... Roottrees divorce. Mentions of a marriage to Wild Bill Williams. They divorced before the birth of her second child. Actually, I can just copy it. Oh, nice. Wild Bill Williams was the leading man of some non-notable movies in the 1950s. He appeared... This music is still too loud. God, like, why is it so loud? He appeared in an adventure movie called Fortune Favors the Grave, which is yet to be released for home audiences. You don't find any additional information about that film. He was known for his good looks and off-screen romances, specifically with blondes. He was married 4 different times to 4 different actresses. There's a famous Hollywood rumor that he even approached Marilyn Monroe at a party and that she was already aware of his reputation. Wild Bill grew up in Paris, France. He returned there often. So your name is William not up here? Bill? There's no Bill. Stage name, perhaps? Fortune Favors the Grave? It's the same thing. That's not good. I know nothing else about you. Let's do our other thing. Christmas Mission is on a page called Flops. It was a war movie about World War I, released in 1955. That received poor reviews and lost the studio money. Gwen Roottrees had a role as a soldier's wife who wrote him letters from home. No additional relevant information. Movie was marked as an incredible true story, but no record of the events happening has ever been found. That's not good. Okay. Nothing else about Gwen. Who's next? Where's the red Roottrees? Can I just search it from here? I can. I find information on a website about strange historical facts. Oh, Elias Herring Roottrees, aka Red, was an appointed judge and politician who earned his nickname ironically because he was an ambassador to Ireland. For only about 6 days, he served what some people contend is the shortest term in history. A few days after he was appointed, he was heard disparaging his position and the Irish people. Claimed to be related to the Roottrees Candy Company, but so you're not relevant. Nice. Next. Oh, I marked it off. Lauren Roottrees. Author Lauren Roottrees, a distant relative of the Roottrees sisters, is known for her book A Life Between Wars. According to the website about famous authors, in the early 1960s, Lauren released a few romance novels under her married name, Lauren Rafferty. Okay. Clark's last name was Rafferty, so your mom, maybe? Little fanfare. When her publisher learned she had been keeping diaries about her famous family, they insisted she release them under her original name, Lauren Roottrees, to take advantage of her family's notoriety. The selection of diary entries released in 1965 as A Life Between Wars spans from the untimely death of her husband in World War II to coping with the post-war world as a young widow and mother, as well as her perspectives on changing times and socialites, all the way through the entry into Vietnam. While the content is not considered particularly relevant to modern audiences, it has found new life as an exercise in high school English classes to show an evolution in writing style and for a look into life in previous generations. After the success of her diaries, her publisher re-released her romance novels under the name Lauren Roottrees. This included Romance in Court, which gained popularity. She followed the re-release up by writing 2 new sequels, creating what fans refer to as the Court Jester series. No recent details. Oh, why is Siri open? Stop. Please don't do that. Okay. What was the first book's name? A Life Between Wars. Let's do that. Don't find any copies or excerpts on library. Oh, yes. Did that copy? No. No, it did not. Copy. Paste. Lauren Roottrees. Oh, it's still printing stuff. Oh, it's still going. Oh, we're gonna be here all night. It's still printing stuff.
Jeez Louise.
Oh, did it print the whole book? Seems like you've hit the jackpot. Occasionally taught in schools. Summary of the contents, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So we stole the whole book. Oh, we have photo. Oh. Who are these people? Oh, the 5 pieces. Caption, this picture was famous in our house. Pop even had it framed. That's him on the left. It was taken in 1935 to celebrate the move to the new warehouse that Eli Jr. designed. Oh, we're getting a lot of new names here. Angie and I both wanted to be in the photo since Miracle was in it and the 3 of us were all about the same age. We were told only the 5 pieces, which really didn't go over well to say the least. Eventually, I suppose to stop the tantrums, they posed us in front of the camera with Mr. Morden, who was there with Aunt Gwendoline Lynn. I found out years later that they never even took a second photo. Oh, yeah, y'all not in that. Y'all not in that. So these are the 5 pieces. Who was homie back here? Okay. You're missing an eye. Okay. I'm not gonna take their photos yet. Where's the book? Oh, wait, there's another one. Lauren's diary contains some labeled pictures. This one is the next generation. An attempt to recapture the spirit of the 5 pieces photo with our generation. For old time's sake, we gathered on the warehouse floor. I wanted Eli to stand all the way to the left, since to me he looked a lot like Pop did in the old one, but I was outvoted by my brothers. They insisted the 4 of us stand together, and so we clumped up in the middle and let everyone filter in behind and in front of us. The only one too good to make an appearance was Gwen. Okay, we know Gwen. Grandma insisted we include Sam, even if we didn't want to. None of us understood why, including Sam. I also didn't think it fair Miracle made it in since he's technically a 5-piece. I guess my inner child still holds a grudge even after all these years.
I don't know what any of that does mean. Like,
Yeah, so this has to be Lauren. And then her brothers clumped. And then One of these two women are named Sam, and I don't know anything else. Okay. The book. Let's get to the book. Okay. This is Lauren. And this is her husband, I guess. I don't know if he's relevant. Okay. Book was published in 1965 and consists of diary entries that stretch from 1940 to 1965. The most important event that much of the diary and Lauren's thoughts revolve around was the loss of her husband, Jacob. Jacob died in the final months of World War II while Lauren was pregnant. This left her to raise her son, Clark, alone. Okay, I thought that. Lauren never remarried and only had one child. Okay, I feel like we can find her then. So she has to be... Yeah, so this has to be Clark. This has to be Clark. Okay. So this is... What was her name? Lauren. Lauren Roottree. This is Clark Rafferty. And then your name is Jacob Rafferty. Yes. This is you. This is you. And this... Oh. Okay, I can't add the other photo yet. And she was an author. Aha. Progress. See, this won't take all night. I'm a genius. Yeah. I'm still not over this song. Okay. Nope. She's back.
After
You're on a
Elias,
roll.
I swear they just
I'll
start
try to
looking
keep
better
that
and
momentum
better.
going.
Mm-hmm.
Carl's
He's the
office
only
was a
rough looking
mess,
one.
thanks to some burst pipes.
So why are you stealing from Carl?
But I unearthed a photo from a 1970s Rootree reunion. I also found some important looking papers.
It seems like
You've
you stole a
traced
lot,
9
girl.
blood relatives so far. I'll have more to share after you find 9 more.
Okay.
Girl, why are you so specific?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Can I finish the book? Like, jeez. Wait, did I finish adding the stuff? Oh, her other photo. There you go. Alright. By skimming the pages of the diary, you glean the following information. She was the granddaughter of Elias and Gwyneth on her father's side. Yeah. Her mother's family was called the Cassells, but she hardly ever mentions them. Her father, who she always refers to as Pop, was the head lawyer for the Rootree Candy Company. Okay, wait. Let's write that down. Okay, and helped write a legal document called the Clance Trust. Okay, we'll have to look that up. It's clear from context that the Rootrees have internal shorthand names for the different generations of the family. 5 pieces, the first generation, yeah. Next generation, the Free Spirits, including her son, Clark. So, I don't know which one is Clark. One of them's Clark and one of them is Jim. We'll figure that out later, I guess. And he was also a musician. Let me put that in. There we go.
Musician?
Yeah,
What
he
that
was...
mean? Make magic or something?
Oh. You know what? Okay, that's it for this page. Next. An entry entitled... Actually, it's been a while. Someone else read.
Randy, you got that.
You know, she's muted. I feel like that only leaves one other person.
Oh. She's just trying to get out of work.
Yeah.
The entry entitled, quote, Complaints from Lauren Roottree's diary, written in 1953. This entry seems to focus specifically on one of Lauren's family members, Gwen, who is on the notable Roottrees list. It seems everyone has something to complain about. Gwen, as an only child, complained of loneliness. I told her that being expected to watch after 3 younger brothers didn't feel like a blessing, but it fell on deaf ears. During the summer where I went to stay with her and Aunt Margot, I hoped she would be the sister I never had, and that I'd do the same for her. I even tried to dye my hair blonde to fit in with the 2 of them. What a mess. But she just complained. To her, I was the lucky cousin. Now she's off living the glamorous life while I'm stuck here with Clark. I must admit, seeing her everywhere contributes to my unhappiness.
Oh,
Her visage stares at me, even now, from my coffee table. She gets to be in, quote, starlet, and tell tales of how she gallivants around the world, kissing the likes of Harrison Lane and Wild Bill Williams. She is the first root tree woman to be anything other than a housewife, and I am jealous. If I were not a single mother, could I make my own way in this world? But I'm off topic. A girl with all the luck in the world was jealous of me, and now, though I have been undoubtedly burdened by terrible tragedy, I am also lucky to be born into a family that can support me for eternity. I can raise a child without worry, unlike countless other widows. And if any of them were to hear me complaining, they would rightfully scoff just like I do at Gwen.
okay, some bad blood there.
Indeed.
Entry entitled Dynasty from Lauren Roottrees' diary, written in 1958, focuses on the day her grandfather Elias announced he would step down as president of the Roottree Candy Company in the meeting to determine his successor. I wish I had been a fly on the wall today. Clancy told me that everyone got quite heated. Granddad was furious none of his sons would take over as president, but that's what he gets for holding on to it for so long. With architects, preachers, and lawyers, nobody's got time for candy. So with the 5 pieces refusing to step up, it came down to us next gens. Pop argued at length that the company should stay with our branch of the family since we still have the Roottree name. I'm not even sure Clancy would have wanted it, but he's the only one who was volunteered. Instead, it ended up going to Zach, even though his surname doesn't match the candy. He's the firstborn son of the firstborn 5-piece.
Right.
Okay, so one of these two are Zach. Okay. I'm not sure how that's relevant to running a company, but Granddad has always been very particular views when it came to his bloodline. I asked Clancy if it ever came up that a woman could take over. After all, Angie's older than Zach. And Angie's older than Zach. And if it's always in order from oldest to youngest, Zach is you. Oh. Was it Zach with an H? Nope, Zach with the C. So it could be either of you, I guess. Gonna leave that there. I'll never forget the cuss words Pop used when he told Ma it wouldn't go to us. Mother, ever the quick-witted, countered back, maybe they wanted it to go to the only member of the family who looks like he samples the product. Oh. Y'all calling him fat or something? Like, what's going on here? Okay. The entry entitled Sam from her... Yeah. From a previous entry, you learn that Elias Roottrie had given in to his wife and announced that Sam, an obscure relative, was to be included in family gatherings. Gwyneth had been pushing to include Sam for quite some time. Why Sam? Let me pause. I have many distant relatives that I've never met. After all, Granny had sisters and Granddad had a brother or two. But I was told trim their branches from the family tree. So why is Sam special? Nothing adds up. And I'm not the only one to realize. Angie summoned all the next gens to a secret meeting in Zach's office. Gwen's in Paris, but the rest of us, including Miracle's boys, spent ages trying to unravel the mystery. I didn't recognize Sam at Uncle Junior's wedding to Patsy last year. At the reception, when I asked who Sam was, Pop shushed me and said it was complicated. Clancy swore he saw Sam working alongside the farmhands EC and John when we used to drive past the old Anderson farm on his way to work. Upon hearing that, Zach checked the records and managed to confirm all 3 are on the books. Eli, Miracle's youngest, not my brother. Okay. Let's look at these names really quick. Hold on. We're gonna come back to this.
Yeah, they're doing a lot.
There's 4 Elis. The first one being the first president. So there's 3 other ones that could be her brother. Right. Okay. Yeah, this is gonna take some time.
Bro.
Alright. Lock in. We have to lock it. Okay. Apparently he was riding his mini bike alongside the farm a few weeks ago. Sam gave him some old tools and taught him how to make the bike's engine faster. None of us think that proper for a multitude of reasons, but Eli certainly seems thrilled. At the end of the day, nothing explains why an outsider has cozied into family affairs, especially one who works on the farm of all places. Okay, whatever happened to blood is thicker than syrup. Why is Granddad making an exception now? Maybe he had another kid, I don't know. Clark's getting married, and in my opinion, far too young. He's barely 18 for God's sake, and Danielle isn't much older. Danielle. Franks, you're the only Danielle here. Okay.
I need to see how many names exactly are on this list.
Oh,
like,
the
is there
big
just
list?
a number?
I don't think so.
Yes.
Wait, where's the thing? Unless you want to sit here and count them all. I don't.
Oh. That's okay.
I don't know if all of them are going to be
just gonna
used
say
though.
over 50.
Yeah.
Eloise.
But openly confronting them would make me a hypocrite. After all, Jacob and I got married at 16. Clark, like the rest of his generation, is a free spirit. What else do you call a group of kids growing up with more money than any one person can spend? They all aspire to be musicians and artists and dancers and all sorts of nonsense. The only one who has any discipline is Carl, but that's because Pop forced Clancy to send him to the academy, okay? Maybe I'm just getting old, but our generation was never so bad. My brothers all seem to pursue paths of knowledge, and the most rebellious thing any of us ever did was bring home someone who would be illegal to marry if we lived anywhere south of Pennsylvania. Okay, Pop seemed to have gotten over it because Edward is set to take over his apartment once he retires. So we have an Edward, Eli, and then we don't know the name of your other brother. Okay. And as for me, my first published book, Swashbuckle My Heart, is based on the pirate stories I used to invent with Jacob when we were walking in the woods after school. Oh wait, no, that's her husband, right? I think he'd be proud that Clark and I are carrying on his name. Even my cousins are doing well. Zach's not a bad president after all, and his sister seems to be doing a good job raising her twins. Gwen is Gwen, but at least she came out of the divorce with her head held high. She even told us she might come home next year so we can meet her kids. But the free spirits in any other family, they'd all end up on the streets, even Clark. Okay. And that's the last one. Let's look up the other book. Swashbuckle My Heart. Copy. Library. Oh, wasn't her name... What was her last name? I don't even remember. Lauren Rafferty. Right. Okay. Lauren Rafferty. Swashbuckle My Heart. No copies available. Re-released as X Marks the Spot. Okay, is it back to Roottrees now? Like, what do you want from me? Okay, it is. According to the back of the book, this is a buried treasure by Lauren Roottrees and from the author of the Court series. It also says keep an eye out for Lauren Roottrees' next book, Revisiting the Diary 10 years later, released in 1975. Oh god. Please don't print out the whole book again. Please don't. Right. Bro. Oh, it keeps going.
Oh, Lord.
Okay, this was a version of Lauren Roottrees'
That's enough
diary.
slices.
Released in 1975, unlike the original diary, it contains no pictures but has many new passages that reflect on her thoughts 10 years later. One major event happened between releases that changed Lauren's outlook on certain subjects: the death of Elias. A summary of the fallout. Yeah. Okay, so this is the first book. Here's the second. Yay. First page is called Scandal. The new diary opens with an explosive incident that happened in the decade between the release and re-release of Lauren's diary. Elias Roottree had died, and during the reading of his will, there was an audible gasp when a certain name was read aloud: Samantha Roottree. Although Sam and her children were not meant to receive monetary inheritance, he had a stipulation that she retain the rights to run the farm and any and all decisions related to it. It was then that the scandalous secrets came out. None of the five pieces were a surprise, but it was quite a shock to everyone else, including Sam. She had been told her parents died. Apparently, Sam was the illegitimate daughter of Elias Jr. and Patricia Chris. I don't know how to pronounce that. Patricia, the daughter of a local steel mogul, and Eli Jr. harbored a secret Okay, Eli Jr.
Christensen.
has to be one of the five pieces. That makes sense. Yes, he's one of these five. Okay. She became pregnant, and after her birth, her father refused to let her see Eli Jr. ever again. Her baby Samantha was sent to the Roottrees. Elias hid her away with a local farmhand known as EC. Patricia was married off to a much older man and sent away. That was the end of that, almost. None of the next gens had ever met or heard of Patricia until she unexpectedly reappeared, now going by Patsy. After Patsy's husband died, she reunited with Eli Jr., and they finally married in their 50s. Yes, that was mentioned. Eli Jr. had never taken another lover. Lauren, ever the romantic, quite appreciated this. When Patsy and Eli Jr. finally married, Elias decided Sam should have been a Roottree in the first place, even though she was not part of the Clanced Trust. Clanced? I don't know how to pronounce that. He wanted to include her in family affairs. That was what led to Lauren's initial entry entitled Sam. Okay. Next. Sam. Okay. Clearly, I did not know our true family history when I wrote this. I didn't even know Sam was a Roottree. All of my doubts were ill-founded. She's a fine woman. Had she the chance to grow up with us, Sam might have been the figure. God damn it. Sister figure Gwen never was.
Bro.
Ernie and her kids, the kids, are lucky to have her, and her children seem eager to help the family in their own ways. Ernie Jr. has been learning the day-to-day from Zach. It's been a long time since any real Roottree was excited and interested in the actual candy as Ernie. As bonus, Gwyneth has the green thumb of her mother and her adopted grandfather. Who's Gwyneth? Because that's different from Gwen, right? I think.
I want to say yes.
I'm just
I've heard
gonna
Gwendolyn,
save this for later.
Gwyneth.
No, literally, there's too many. What I'm most ashamed of is not figuring it all out myself. Sam's a spitting image of Patsy with her jet black hair and green eyes. She's in the photo. Where, this one. This has to be Sam. I just don't know where she is on the thing. She doesn't have the thick glasses Patsy did, of course, but I guess that skips a generation. Her children have that covered. It's hard to explain the look on Pop's face when they read that the farm's operations would pass to Samantha Roottree for as long as she was willing. I got flashbacks to when Zach was made president. Did we know Zach was the president already? I don't know.
I think you started to put him somewhere.
Possibly. Okay. So Zach what's the dude's name that died? Carl and Elias. So we're missing two of the presidents. We're missing two. Okay. Um, where did I stop? This isn't. No, this is the right page.
I'm
Oh,
missing a ring.
a
Where's
ring.
my ring? Yes.
Oh, I can't help
Oh
you
my
with that.
goodness.
Mother reframed it a bit to calm him down. Sam wouldn't receive any candy money after all, and was essentially inheriting the right to rule over the peasants for eternity, okay? Pop warned us away from the farm for years. I never met EC in person, but Pop once referred to him as a confirmed bachelor, and I suspect that's why he's keeping us from there. Sam had to grow up in a house with him and his roommate, Mr. Miller. I'm not sure Sam will ever forgive Uncle Junior or Patsy for abandoning her to that life. If I were her, I might never forgive them either. But even so, she seems to blame more than just the two of them. She has no problems with us next gens, but she has a palpable hatred for the five pieces and Elias and Gwyneth. Oh, Gwyneth is Homeboy's wife. Yeah, okay. And she was Gwyneth?
No.
Wait,
Gwyneth is me.
you are Gwyneth?
I am.
Okay. That's nice. Um and since you're Gwyneth, you go ahead and read this page.
Oh, I lied actually.
Oh, you're not?
No.
Oh, okay. Pieces about her son Clark. Uh Reading this back, I get deja vu. As I write this addendum. Clark's gotten married again. No Roottrees has ever remarried. Shy lost Jacob and Gwen divorced Wild Bill just before she had her second. But neither of us ever took a second husband. But the way that the world is moving, I guess it was inevitable someone in this family would remarry. I just wish it wasn't my son. I can only wonder if Clark's apparent disrespect for marriage is due to the lack of a real father. I did what I could, and Lord knows Eli C. stepped up and helped. More than I can say for Clancy or Edward.
I can't help but
Clancy,
wonder.
Okay, so I guess Clancy's the other brother. Eli C., Clancy, and Edward.
Bro.
Eli C. practically raised Clark and Jim as brothers. We knew that. Whenever he could, Eli's marriage seems fine, and Jim's marriage seems solid as a rock, pun intended. So who knows what causes these things? I suspect that he's marrying Jane to keep her from running out on the band. Without her, he'd be the third wheel, and I imagine they wouldn't last long as a trio. But still, I don't think a marriage on such a shaky foundation like that can last. And Lord knows I was right last time.
Italian.
Jane. Yes, the sister. Right. Okay. That makes sense. Yes. And we know one of these are you. Okay.
You know, I respect your hustle right now. My brain is fried.
No, I'm locked in.
Um,
I'm locked in. Okay, that page is done.
I feel so useless, but I can't help it.
Names. The biggest complaint I got after publishing my diary was how many similar names there are. And I get it. There are 4 Elis
really?
for Pete's sake. But that's how it is. Someone would say, I saw Eli in town and I wouldn't know which one they meant. My brother, my uncle, my cousin. That's why they became Uncle Junior, Miracles Eli, or Eli C. So Eli C is definitely her brother. There's an uncle. So Eli Jr. is one of the 5 pieces. Which makes sense. Because homies is Elias, yeah. And then Miracles Eli. Okay. Our family's names were always unusual. Grandpa Elias was a believer in using the names of each generation to honor those in the last. His father and Grandma Gwyneth's father were named Edward and Clancy. So now you see where my pop's name came from.
Y'all are doing
This is your dad. Edward Clancy. Ooh, we have Clancy Edward. That has to be your name. Clancy Edward. Okay. Why is your name 2 first names? I don't know. One thing that's always been consistent in our family, though, is that anytime someone's a junior, they're always the firstborn son. Gonna take note of that. That goes for Miracle, Eli, or even Clancy. So wait. That means this is... Wait, what is your name? Edward? Clancy Edward. Wait, no, I don't think I can do anything here. Because her brother's name is Eli C. Clancy and Edward. None of them are juniors. But there was an Eli Jr. So he's either one of these two. Yeah, so he's one of these two, but we don't know if the first 5-piece was necessarily a son. It just said firstborn son. We don't know if he was the firstborn child. So we'll keep that in mind. With the women, however, that all goes out the window. I think Gwendolyn got her name from some combination of Gwyneth and Caroline, who was Elias's mother. Women's names tend to get all mixed up as the generations went on. I guess that's because there's no female equivalent of junior. So if you're reading my diary and get confused, you're not alone. Even the government had problems. I remember once receiving certified mail for an Edward Clancy Roottrees. Had to break the news that they got my father's name backwards. Is that not EC? The farm dude? I don't know. Anyway.
There are too many names.
Anger is the last one. We're almost done with her book. I have faith. Fun bonus. Apparently this is the first thing she could find that she ever wrote. She knows it was for a school assignment about anger, and she believes, based on the teacher's name, she must have been in the 3rd grade. She doesn't exactly remember the events spelled out here, but she does remember getting in trouble. I got angry when I met a new girl who I did not like. She was dirty and did not have a pretty dress. Me and Pop walked home in town and she hugged him. When I told her he was my Pop, she pushed me. Wait, when I told her he was my Pop, she pushed me. I got angry and yelled at her, and Pop said to treat her nice. Then she said, "Your Pop is my dad." She screamed it loud in my ear.
I knew it.
She was lying to me, and lying is not a nice thing, so I pushed her too. Then I got in trouble. Then Pop took her away. He told me, "Don't worry, I'm glad she's gone." So... Well,
Wait, so
she's not listed
are you
here.
trying to figure out who that was? Like, who the parent was based on that? Or
No, we know his
that
name.
Edward,
I just...
Nancy Edward?
I don't know. Because she
I'm so
said
lost.
here... I don't know. It was somewhere in the book. I don't remember. Okay. Moving on from that, let's look at the new stuff. Vote for Stephanie Jones. Vote for Stephanie Jones for City Council. Better for Butler County. Buried under a ton of other mail that Carl left in his inbox. It had a handwritten note attached that seemed personal. It's a flyer about a candidate for local office, Stephanie Jones. On the back is an excerpt from a newspaper article from the Butler County Times. Is this a... Oh, wait. You know, I don't... I'll come back to that. I'll just... How do I... Just highlight it? Can I not highlight it? Okay, there we go. About her campaign, Stephanie may have grown up in an unconventional family, to say the least, but in her words, it was still full of love. And now, 22 years later, with a baby on her own due around Christmas, her message for voters is simple: love is our future. If only that were the case, girl. The handwritten note says, "Carl, I know we don't see eye to eye when it comes to the candy company, but if you could talk to your girls about putting out a statement supporting Stephanie, she could use the publicity your daughters bring. Don't let our conflicts spread to the next generation. CM." Okay. We're gonna highlight that. What else? This. Paris. Photo has a note attached from your employer. Here's the bonus. When I pulled the water damage photos of the free spirits, or I can't read right now. This fell out too. Written on the back of the photo is, "Couldn't make the reunion. Wishing you well from Paris. Gwen and the boys." Okay, so this is Gwen again, and then her sons. Just wait, did I lock her entry in? I did. Okay. Just add that other photo.
Yeah.
She aged well, I guess. Next. Shiva candle, Shiva. This photo was tucked inside an envelope with a letter beneath a candle in the corner of his office. To Carl and Brenda, I'm sorry that you were unable to attend the funeral. It's traditional to have it as soon as possible, and Ernie, more than anyone else on Earth, knew how busy your job can be. Because he was the president, right? Yeah. I've enclosed a Shiva candle identical to ours. If you'd like to pay your respects, though it's not expected for those outside the faith to do so. Ernie was a man full of love, not only for his family, but for his family's legacy. He had an immense amount of pride for the work that you three did together, as well as how Carl has carried on for him after taking over, yeah. So, Ernie was the... Where's the notebook? Ernie, 4th president. Yes. Okay. Oh, here. As for myself, it is impossible to express my gratitude enough for rescuing us from the panic and burden of endless bills. Though we caught it too late for him to get on the donors list, the company took care of us beyond our wildest expectations. It went unsaid at the time, but Ernie and I knew it had to have been Carl that convinced the trust, and that it was no coincidence that happened shortly after your visit, Brenda. Up until the end, Ernie and I had to stay strong, especially for Nicole's sake. We could never have done that much without the two of you fighting for us. Much love, Debbie. Okay. I don't even know where y'all are on the tree, so I'm just gonna keep it moving. Alright. Let's figure out these 5 pieces. So one of these are Eli Jr. Eli Jr. is the one on the left. We know that. And he's the firstborn son. We don't know if he's the firstborn child. There's a miracle. One of you two. Probably you. Aunt Gwendolyn. And then we don't know the other lady's name. What about the ad? What the Candy said? Named... Okay, so they're named after... How are they named after the kids, though? None of their names start... Or none of these start with an E or anything. G... How is this relevant to me? I don't know. Let's look at this one. More people. This photo has a note attached. Every 20 or so years, the Roottrees would hold a big reunion and recreate an old family photo. This one is from the 70s, and Carl's the teenager in the middle. Okay? Sorry about the water damage. A pipe burst in Carl's office. Childish print writing says November. Also a large number of cursive signatures. Bonnie, next president Guy Hudson, Ernie Jr., Caroline, Gwyneth M., Gwendolyn, Miracle Jr., Jim Roottree, Clark, Carl, and Eli M. Right. So, Guy Hudson. Hudson. President. Carl. I haven't locked anything else. Have I finished anyone else's thing? I've just been putting names in. Or at least here. I just don't know the order of your brothers. And then I don't know who your... It said... What did it say about you? Where is it? When was the granddaughter of Elias? Shouldn't have been named Roottree, but her father took her mother's famous name. So your mom's a Roottree, but your dad is not. Or wait. Yes. Your mom's a Roottree, but your dad isn't. Okay. What was this? Nothing. Okay. Miracle Jr. That's the only notable I've not done. Which means you're here. So you have to be Miracle. Aha. Miracle. Then Miracle Jr. And then probably Miracle the Third. Just taking a guess. Yes. Okay, let's look you up. Miracle Jr. Doesn't go by his full name in promotional materials. Instead, he has shortened it to Miracle Jr. Miracle Jr. is a televangelist who was part of the Miracle Network. He used to have a show that aired on local access across many stations in northeastern US. According to a website called Clergy Watch, he was exposed and subsequently charged with conspiracy to defraud the public in 1979 when he claimed to heal someone in a wheelchair. A news expose revealed it was his wife, Edith's sister, in a disguise. Edith. There's only one Edith. There you go. The author also mentions that Edith had a bit of a... Okay, that doesn't matter. He has since lost his television show and instead goes on tours across the southern US where he was not well known before the scandal. Okay, let's do Miracle Network. Okay. Production company run by the Miracle Roottrees estate. It's quite bare bones, but has the following blurb. Witness the testimonies of the miracles of the Miracles Rootree? Right, whatever. Miracle Rootree arrived so late in his mother's life that doctors swore he wouldn't survive his first year. His mother and father, Elias and Gwyneth, named him Miracle because they thought him impossible. He was younger than his brothers and sisters by over 14 years. So you... Miracle, not Junior, you have to be him. Because you're young. You're the youngest 5-piece. That makes you you. Okay. With a birth that late, the final child of his generation was nearly torn apart by countless health problems. But still, with the power of God on his side, he persevered. He triumphed over these complications and even regained his sight to spread the healing word of the Almighty. 23 years later, Miracle Rootree Jr. arrived and became the famous family's second vessel for the higher power. Oh my god. At 18, he unburdened himself from the Rootree name and took his father's testimony to a whole new level. Via the power of television, Miracle Jr. spread the gospel across the entirety of New England. He has since left the life of glamour and glitz behind to reach those places that need it most. The power of the Lord coming to a town near you. Flyer about the tour. Okay. Yeah, this looks about right. Flyer for the 3 Generations of Miracles tour. The flyer is a few years old. It comes from 1996. Miracle Jr., who is said to be world famous and gets top billing. Miracle Jr. is on... Yeah. Miracle Rootree, who the flyer says will make a special appearance. Miracle Third. And his wife Nicole, who are said to be the youth pastor. So all of them are preachers. Nicole. Oh, we don't know if it's Madsen or Smith. Okay, can't lock that in. Well, you have to be Junior. Where's the board? Oh, the board. Okay. You are preacher man. Yes. You're also a preacher. I like how you just have the baby photo. And then, wait, are none of these right? Not, I haven't locked in another one. Oh wait, no, I haven't. Okay. Preacher. You. Aha. Yes. Well, that was easy. Miracles was pretty simple. And locked in everyone on the notable Rootree list. Okay, nice achievement. Okay. It's still going. Oh, alright. So, the shortest path, we have mostly done. There's 2 more pictures for Junior. 1 more picture for Miracle. I don't know who you married though. And you had another kid. Wait, what did the book about Miracle? Eli, Miracle's youngest. So this one has to be Eli M. Because Eli Jr. is one of the 5 pieces. Eli C is her brother, or one of her brothers, and then M was the only other Eli. I'm assuming you're a Rootree. Yeah, Elias M. We don't know what you did or what you look like though. And you had a kid. Okay. Back to... Not here. Here. Let's look up... Or... Clergy Watch. It's the same thing. Okay, let's do... Miracle the third. The third. Elias M. Roottrees. Okay. Let's go back to the book because I had a lot of stuff. Where are my notes? Carl and his second cousin Ernie Jr. Second cousin. People that share the same great grandparents, but not the same grandparents. Carl. So yes, these are your great grandparents. Not the same grandparents. What? Ernie, I don't know where you're at, bro. I really don't. Carl's cousin Jim Rootree. Yeah, we figured that one out. Can I delete this? Okay. We looked these up. All his old ad campaigns were hung. Wait, where is this from? Jim? Okay, Jim's dad. I don't think I know his name. You. Oh, you're one of Lauren's brothers. Okay. Okay. So you're either Edward, Clancy, or Eli. Just don't know which is which. Gwen... Yeah, I still don't know your mom's name, so I'm gonna keep that there. We looked up her book. Yeah, that was your other name. Her father was the head lawyer for the Roottrees Candy Company and helped write a... Oh yes, I need to look that up. But you were a lawyer, right? Don't know... Well, you're in the photo. I just don't know which one you are. Or no. She said... Yeah, this is her dad. This is her dad. This is Lauren's dad. You. This is Edward. Or Clancy Edward. Okay. I don't think she mentioned her mom at all in the book. Her mother's family was called the Cassells. Oh, there's only one. Sarah. There you go. Okay. This. Clanced Trust. What is that? Oh, Clanced. Thank you. Highly unusual corporate arrangement named after Clancy Edward Rootree, who was Elias's son and the Roottrees Candy Company's head lawyer at the time. Due to its unique nature, it's often brought up in online discussions and about financial matters and inheritance as an oddity. The company mandates that a fixed percentage of its profits are split every quarter amongst bank accounts representing each direct relative of Elias and Gwyneth. An account is created for each blood relative at birth and first accessible when they reach 18. God, that's a lot of money. The actual numbers have never been fully disclosed to the public, but due to the ever-increasing success of the company, it is a significant amount of money. The Clanset Trust is known for being essentially impossible to get around due to many checks and balances ran into it. Still, there have been a few situations in which family members have tried to forcibly remove another member from the trust. Most details online are pretty vague since the matters are handled internally. The only information you discover is from a university law school, which apparently had a guest lecturer talk about the Roottrees versus RR in 1994. While looking into the Clanset Trust, you often find mentions to the 5-piece guarantee, which went into effect at the same time. Okay, let's do that first then. 5-piece guarantee. In combination with the Clanset Trust was Elias Roottrees' attempt to ensure that the Roottree Candy Company would remain a family business for eternity. In isolation, it is somewhat baffling. The yearly salary of Roottree's president is always locked to the price of a single pack of 5 pieces. When the 5-piece guarantee went into effect, this was 25 cents a year. Now it's closer to $4. That's insane to me. This is crazy. Combined with the Clanset Trust, however, it makes a bit more sense. Elias wanted to ensure that only his direct relatives could afford to be president. He knew that because their passive income was tied to the profits of the company, they would have a vested interest in keeping the company as profitable and successful as possible. Whether or not this was a smart or successful decision is widely debated both online and in person by economics enthusiasts of all levels of expertise. Yeah, that's not... No. Okay, and then I want to look at the Roottrees versus RR. Find few details about this incident. A student that attended a lecture about it wrote the following on a legal oddities website. From what you can tell, RR attempted unsuccessfully to remove a fellow family member from the trust. It was said that RR attempted 2 arguments. First, the person in question was born out of wedlock, and second, they committed a significant crime against a fellow family member. Still, due to the ironclad wording of the Clanset Trust, it was impossible to remove any direct descendant of Elias Roottree without completely dissolving the trust. Okay, let's note this, because we have no idea who they're referring to. Was that it about this? I think so. Where, how did I even get to that? Oh, it's mentioned here, right? Yeah, so her dad is Clancy Edward, right, who was the lawyer for the company. And then we know Miracle. So the last 5-piece that is a male is you, Mr. Morden. I don't think you're Mr. Morden. Maybe this is Mr. Morden in the back. Oops, I didn't mean to click you. Oh, I can click your picture. Okay, let's just click all of them at this point. Why not? Mr. Morden. Well, you have to be Eli Jr. Yeah. You're Eli Jr. Since that's Clancy. And you're either one of these. I guess we could brute force it. Is this the only one I have filled in so far? Okay, maybe not. Let me get one other person first. I'm gonna do her brothers, but I don't know what order they were born in. Let's see. Where's her book? Yeah, we know she was the oldest. Oh, her mom's name is Aunt. Gwen's mother is Aunt Margot. Gwen Margot M. Well, she would be a Rootree, no. Gwendolyn? Oh wait, no. Margolite. Yeah. So Gwendolyn has to be the other daughter. Or like the other 5-piece daughter. And you're blonde because Gwen is blonde. Where's the photo? You are blonde. I'm gonna say you're Margolite. And you're a housewife because she said something about Gwen being the first non-housewife aside from her, I guess, because she was an author. And I don't know your husband's name. He just took your last name after a certain point. And then you were married to someone named Wild Bill, but Wild Bill's not here. So we're gonna come back to that.
Oh Lord.
So it's just hey, it's just Eli
Girl, I'm so
Jr.
glad you're eating this up, because girl, I would be no help.
Girl, I'm trying. It's a lot of words.
I can't.
Eli Jr. and Gwendolyn are the last 2 5 pieces left. Mr. Morden. I'm guessing that's her husband. Alright, let's look at this one. This one is the one with Lauren's generation. So this is Lauren, her brothers, Sam, random lady, I also didn't think it fair Miracle made it in since he's technically a 5-piece. So I feel like this is Miracle. And then I guess this would be Miracle Jr. at the time. I don't know who you are though. Let's go put those in, maybe. So this is Miracle, all grown up. And then this would be you as a baby. I still don't know which one is Clark out of these 2. Which one looks more like Jim?
I was trying to figure that out.
I'm just like, which, I feel like Clark would be the one getting high though, I'm not gonna lie. Because, I don't know. I'm not gonna lock anything in yet though. Let's see. Okay, I crossed all these off. I looked all them up. It's just a matter of figuring things out. What's here? Well, there's one more thing from this. Jacob, yes, her husband. Clark, yeah. Never remarried, only had one child. Yeah. Granddaughter, Cosels. Oh, maybe it's the thing about her, about Clancy Edward, because he still wasn't locked in yet, so maybe it's that. I just need to lock in like one other person so I can at least see if this stuff is right. Clark, you know what? Let's just pick one. This one. Oh. Neither of them worked? So are you not a musician? Clark, hold on, we're gonna look you up. Because I don't know if I did. Clark Rafferty. Yeah, we know the album. These times. This is all that pops up. And then what did it say in the... It doesn't really talk about him though. Just says that he wrote. Oh, let's try the magazine. Modern Music Monthly. Clark Rafferty. Section of the magazine called Skip It or Flip It has short, pithy blurbs about new records. An album called These Times is listed under the Skip It column with the following: These Times, a new single from C&J plus J&D. Amateurish folk style songwriting is catchy at times, but ultimately doesn't do anything new. That didn't help me. Can I look this up under here? Skip it or flip it? Nope. Okay. These are only two. I feel like I saw some other ones. The periodicals. I can go through them like this. No, not these. Not these. God, not that. Here? I think I looked it up on here. Peter. What's your name? Peter. Under MM.
Yeah.
No.
Almost, yeah.
Yeah. Jim. Oh, I can't spell. I thought I already did this though. Yeah, I did. Clark and I grew up like brothers. It's not saying anything he did after music though. Oh, he started Raffertunes. Okay, yes, okay. There we go. Website about Raffertunes. Clark Rafferty LaRose advertising firm. On it, there's an about page, and you find a picture labeled "The Inspiration for the Famous Super Bowl Ad Campaign." Below that is more detail. Clark was in a department store getting a family portrait with his wife and children, and when his wife was trying to get his youngest, Katrina, to calm down for the picture, he had the idea for the Roottrees Super Bowl ad. Photos not in evidence. Wait, who? Okay, it doesn't say which wife. Because you apparently married 3 women. So Katrina could be any... Or you or you, I guess. Or probably you. Depending on... When was that? Let's look at it. Oh, okay, this is recent. Okay. Clark was in a... Oh, okay, it's the same thing. So this is Clark now. Still can't put it in yet, though. Katrina. But you had 3 kids. So I'm gonna assume spouse is you, the most recent one. Let's just steal all the photos. So you are Katrina Rafferty LaRoe. Okay. And that's you. And you're a child. Baby? No. Child. Student. Sure. Oh. We locked in the kid. Yay. Okay. Wait, did Miracle not lock? Or, no, I already locked in Miracle. Okay.
You're listening to WRTG.
Loud as hell.
It's time for your headlines. Once an hour, every hour, on the 45. It's a bizarre development to an already tragic tale. In the wake of the accident that took his life, some of Carl Roottree's belongings have apparently gone missing. Most notably, a framed photo of the Roottree family from the mid-1970s that Carl had on his office wall. We interviewed a local psychologist about who would do such a thing and why. For that article, search online for WRTD News. Again, that's WRTD.
Okay. WRTD News. WRTD News is your local investigative jazz radio station. During their news segment at 45 minutes on the hour, they have been talking about the plane crash. This most recent hour, they also talked about a picture taken from Carl's office after the plane crash and promised an interview online with the psychologist. During the interview, it's revealed that there wasn't a break-in. Instead, someone with the key to the office took the picture after discovering the pipe burst due to the recent storm. This means it was likely someone close to the family who was aware of the photo's history and wanted to save it. Okay, so the lady at the door is a family member. The psychologist, however, also goes on to pose it. The culprit had an alternate agenda, specifically because nobody in the family has come forward to say that they have it in their possession. Comment below. The article says, "Don't believe their lies. This is just another instance of the root tree curse being a real true thing. I bet you Carl was murdered and the picture had evidence on it." The root tree curse. Wrong, rambly conspiracy website with very small, very red text on a black background that says the root trees are cursed has been very recently updated with the following. Important update with Carl and Brenda and their girls. That makes 5 new deaths. Not only that, but 3 of the 5 presidents of the root tree company have died mysteriously. They say Guy's car was hit by a drunk driver in 1982, but nobody was arrested. Then Ernie Madsen Jr. stepped down. Was he poisoned? Now just this week, Carl died in a plane crash. This cannot be a coincidence. There's another entry that claims if you connect the dots and the pattern of the 5 pieces wrapper creates a Mayan ruby skull, a secret message meant to subliminally scare people away. The post before that has a link to a site that talks about how Earth has 4 corner simultaneous 4-day time cubes. Am I what am I reading right now? An entry from a few months ago claims that the owner of the site received an email from Chris Rafferty, maybe? Asking him to take down his site with fake proof that Ernie Madsen Jr. actually had a heart condition and wasn't poisoned. The owner claims that although the proof looks quite credible, he knows that the proof was fake because he's an expert at creating fake evidence. First entry is from 1996 and has a blurry picture of the Root Tree Candy Company factory, seemingly taken by the website's author from behind a fence and through some trees. It seems that Operation RT-29 is real. I witnessed a helicopter land on February 29th, 1996. Okay. Mayan ruby skull. Mayan ruby skull is the symbol of death. The alleged proof is a blurry photo of a reddish shape that is supposedly a cave painting from South America. According to legend, discovered beneath the painting were bones from hundreds of different people and animals. One site also claims that the photographer who took the picture died when their boat capsized after crashing into a skull-shaped rock. Amongst the spinning skull gifs, you find no source of verifiable claims. Looks like whatever. I give up. Alright. It's an egg. I look like an egg. 4 corner time cubes. Nothing. Wait, you begin to read this site and come to the conclusion that the words "no relevant results" isn't a strong enough description for what you're seeing here. It's a massive column of technical terms that aren't real and confusing rants. Okay, unnecessary. The email. Can I look this up? Oh, The Art of Rafferty, copyright 1997 on Prodigy. Is that a magazine? ISP. That in addition to allowing people to travel the information superhighway, offers email services and okay. Not everyone. Okay. Below a bunch of gifts that say under construction, there are a few art pieces. The first thing is a painting captioned "Me and my fiance." Is that supposed to be fiance? Lulu. A painting I did for my first year of college that I plan to give her when we get married in May. Go Tartans. Odd collage called Cousins, which seems to be made up of 3 scrambled images. The company artist statement says, "We had to create a piece of art about our family. I asked as many of my extended family cousins for their pictures as I could, even some I've never met. Only a few of them got back to me, and my teacher said I wasn't allowed to use pictures of Raina, Riley, or Rose, so I had to get creative and use only my third cousins. This includes Davy, he swims for UConn. Bethany's yearbook says she's Davy's younger sister, and Stephanie, who's an only child. Chris's artwork has been added to your evidence, but the cousins' photos will need to be unscrambled before you can use them. You've downloaded a new application, PixPop, to edit the photos. God, like, shit. I got all that from the news thing. Okay. Let's just go back here. I didn't add the other daughter. It's you. I just don't know your name. Or do I? Was it on the photo? No. And I also don't know the wife's name. And I still don't know which one of these is Clark, even though I tried both. Okay. And then there's someone named Chris Rafferty. So Chris, you have to be this child right here. You have to be. Where's R? Chris Rafferty. And you're in college. College. You got married to... What was her name? Or we're about to marry someone? Here. Lulu. Who's Lulu? Louisa? Maybe? It's probably not a Roottrees. I guess Louisa's the only option, man. That's Lulu. Okay, and I need your photo. Let's see what you gave me. Oh, there we go. Chris and Lulu. You're gonna be Lulu today, girl, because I don't know. And then you're Chris. I still don't know which one is your dad, man. Okay.
How much longer are you gonna be playing this?
You said what?
How much longer are you gonna be playing?
I'm kind of like I'm kind of locked in right now. Like you see my progress, girl. Like you see my you see my progress. Yeah, I probably have like another hour in me before I'm just like done. Clark, man, gonna be some problem.
Go to bed then.
You're going to bed. No, you're not allowed.
Get another day off. You talk to me to sleep.
I'm sorry. Keep the stream open though.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Good night.
Good night. Cousins art projects. Davy, Bethany, Stephanie. I don't even know if I want to unscramble these right now. I guess I will though. Why not? Take a break from the reading. Zoom with your mouse wheel or left and right click. Oh. Oh, I'm eating this up. I can't tell if that looks right. It's just... Oop. Yep. That's good. Yes, yes, yes. Here. Here. Wait, was that one fine? That one was fine. And then this. There we go. Okay. We have another cousin. We don't know who you are. Did show to my? Did show to my. What does that mean? I don't know. Alright, we have another one. Rotate. I like this one. This one's fun. Oh, go back. Oops. What's wrong? Oh, is it this one? Oh, there we go. Okay. So you're Stephanie, I think, from what it said. Oh, well, actually, I don't know that. Oh, no, I do know that, because the other one was a yearbook photo. Yeah. So Stephanie is the one I just did. Bethany was the blonde. And Davy is going to be the last one. Huh? Slide the photo back into... What the hell? Oh, it moves the whole row? Oh. So how am I supposed to... Okay. Wait, so let's move your face out of that row, and then we're gonna move you here. Oh wait, the arm though. Wait, okay, wait. Let's move the arm here. No, let's move it down for now. Move you up. And then, I still can't move you up. Can I move this down? No. I'm gonna leave that alone for now. I can't. Okay, we'll deal with the cousins later. I want to get these 5 pieces done. I don't think I've searched up 5 pieces yet. Oops. From marketing materials and various candy history sites, you learn that 5 pieces are the iconic candy sold by the Roottrees Candy Company. Although they are no longer the company's only popular product, they still sell well to this day. 5 pieces are small, colorful, shell-coated maple candies that since the late 20s have been pressed into the shape of a maple leaf, although they usually have one flavor that looks more like a berry. As tastes have changed over the years, so have the 5 flavors, but the shape and combination with maple have remained consistent. There's also a history of printing or print advertising website that claims to have a 5 pieces advertisement scanned from a book called The Sweet History of Candy Volume 2 by Charles Lee. Unfortunately, when you click through the website, it seems like all their image links are broken. Alright, let's try the book then. Charles Lee. This is part of a book series about all things candy in the modern world. It starts in 1925 and continues onward to chronicle the rise of mass production and global distribution. The book ends with a look into the future of candy as envisioned by experts in 1985. With the addition of hindsight, you can clearly see they got pretty much everything wrong. It includes some print advertisements. You find a newspaper ad for 5 pieces from the 1930s. Is there volume 1? Like, is volume 1 relevant? Aha! So the book about all things candy throughout history starts with historical accounts dating back to the ancient Egyptians and chronicles candy through the year 1924. It includes some print advertisements from companies you've heard of, including an extremely early newspaper ad for 5 pieces that Charles Lee included due to a major misprint. Okay, this is Homegirl. This is volume 1. 2 years after the debut of 5 pieces, author include Included it because of the spelling error of the word available near the bottom. States that the flavors are inspired by their children, and the order is grape, elderberry, egg cream, cinnamon extract, and melon. Pause. Grape. Wait, can I have this open while I'm... No. Grape, elderberry, egg cream, cinnamon extract, melon. Elderberry, egg cream. No, but you're CE for cinnamon extract. Melon. There's 2 M's. We have a problem here. So hypothetically... Okay, wait. Grape, elderberry, egg cream, cinnamon, melon. And then, what's this one? Volume 2, 6 years after the debut, states that the flavors grape, elderberry, cinnamon extract, melon, and the newest flavor, miracle berry. Oh. So he had another child. Because, okay, I think EC is the child, whoever EC is. Because it says he worked on the farm. It was the Anderson farm. And something related to Samantha. And then they're missing a whole candy flavor a few years later. Egg cream. So, okay. I think that proves my theory that Gwendolyn is the first one. Let's just do that. Roottrees Gwendolyn. And then this is Elias Jr. Yes. And then that makes you. You had a warehouse. What did you do? What did he do? Actually, wait, let me just look on the photo. Where's the photo? He designed a warehouse. That's not helpful. Oh, architect. Yes. Okay. Gwendolyn, housewife. Not to assume, but like that's all I can really get. Okay. Okay. This is good. So the 5 pieces are done. Oh, and that is Louisa, Lulu, whatever. Oh, getting a phone call? Hello?
So, you may have heard the news. Some of Carl's things have gone missing. That includes the pictures and mail I brought you earlier.
Yeah.
I promise I didn't steal it, but I did borrow it. I'll return it once we're done. Let me deal with my family in the meantime.
So you are a part of the Roottrees?
I guess that means I've officially confessed.
Yes.
I'm a Roottrie.
Okay, why'd she say it like that?
I assure you I have a reasonable explanation for the secrecy. I'm about to do something big the family doesn't approve of. If you could just wait a little bit longer, I'll tell you more. In person. I'll return after 15 more blood relatives.
So what I'm hearing is you're never coming back because I don't know how much more of this I can do. Okay. I don't know who any of you are married to except for you. Because that's Lauren's mom. We'll figure it out eventually though. I guess I should probably look them all up too though. And then what else did I just get? Oh, it's still why is this still here? There, I took a picture of her. Like what? Why is that? Okay. And then yeah, we know. Okay. Let's go in order. Gwendolyn Roottrie. And we're still missing a child who's not on the board, I guess. Gwendolyn Roottrie. Did I spell her name wrong? How do you spell your name, girl? Oh, it's with a Y. You know what? Can I just copy it from the list? There we go. Spider search. Is it because it's backwards? Oh, no. Oh, God. When... Alright, let's try Elias Jr. Eli Jr. Clancy Edward Tree. You come up in the Clanset Trust. Okay. We already did Miracle. What was the other one? Margalit? Whatever her name is. You? Nothing. Okay. Okay. Yes, we know you had 2 sons, but we don't know their names. Just know what they look like. You had 2 children, and I have no idea what they look like. Also, who else do I have photos for? This is Clark. Oh, I still can't put Clark in. I have 2 photos for Clark, and I can't put either of them in because I don't know what you are, man. And then we have this random dude. This is probably EC. Because he was just chilling in the 5 pieces photo. We have the... Or I guess we could try going in order by the rows. So next is Lauren's generation, which was this photo. So we have to figure out which one is Sam. I think that would help a lot. So who is Sam's biological parents? Complaints, notes, dynasty, Sam. I didn't recognize Sam at Uncle Junior's wedding to Patsy last year. Oh, she's Eli Jr.'s daughter? Is that what that's implying? And then this is about Eli M. We don't care. I guess that's what that means, maybe. Let's just put it in for now. Sam. She's a Roottrie, yeah. She worked on a farm. Farmer. Sam. Let's just put that there for now. Who else is in the photo? Besides her brothers. It's just these 2. Because we know Gwen wasn't there. We know what Gwen looks like, so she's already filled in. We had Miracle Jr., and his dad was also in the picture for some reason. This is the youngest son, so he wasn't born yet, so he's not going to be in there. Her brothers. So then the last 2 are Gwendolyn's kids. Right? These 2. You and you. Both have, like, reddish hair. Well, his is brown. Anything... Let's go back through the book really quick. I don't care about Sam right now. Clark, no, that's about Clark. What's Dynasty about? Right. Okay. Clancy is her brother. Elias Sr. is furious. None of his sons... Okay, none of the 5 pieces took over. Not even sure Clancy won. Ended up going to Zach. Even though his surname doesn't match the candy. He's the firstborn son of the firstborn 5 piece. But then... I asked Clancy if it ever came up that a woman could take over. Angie's older than Zach. Okay. So this is Angelica Morden. So you married a Morden? Oh, there's a few Mordens on here. Caroline Gwend. Okay, that makes sense. Caroline Gwendolyn. Well, you're. Oh, there's a Gwendolyn Roottree and a Gwendolyn Morden. Okay. James Zachariah. Okay. So I'm gonna assume your husband is James, so that this is Zachariah Morden, who was the second president. Yes. Maybe. So that has to be you then, because you're the only other person in the photo. And then you're you. And we're just gonna assume you're a housewife. Okay. Yay. Okay, so I got the thing about James right. Okay. So that was your... Okay. So these are the Mordens. Or maybe not all of them. Some. I don't know who Samantha got married to. Or no. You were with Patsy. Patricia... Yeah, that looks familiar. Yeah. Don't know who you married. Okay, back to the book. The book it has all the answers. Wait, so this was about Zach. That's crazy. That's crazy. Sam. Angie summoned all the new gens to a meeting. EC. You have to have been one of the... Well, he's technically not a 5-piece, but one of the sons. Zach checked the records. Still don't know what Eli M looks like. Or no, he has to be in the Free Spirit photo. Here. Yeah. Eli M. Bonnie, Guy Hudson, Ernie Jr., Caroline, Gwyneth M., Gwendolyn. But there's 2 Gwendolyns. Miracle Jr., Jim, Clark, Carl, Eli. This has to be Miracle Jr. because he's wearing that stupid tie. And I feel like you two look oddly alike. Oh, you know what? Your thing says Eli. That makes my life easier. Okay. So you're also Miracle Jr. And you are Eli. What did it say about you in the book? Like, what? Eli even chimed in. Apparently he was riding his mini bike along the farm a few weeks ago. Sam gave him old tools and taught him how to make the bike's engine faster. None of us think that proper for a multitude of reasons, but Eli certainly seems thrilled. Bikes, cars, advertising, author, artist, baby, cashier, CEO, chef, comedian, construction, dancer, director, driver? No. Firefighter, mechanic? You look like a mechanic. Driver. What does a driver mean? Military model. I'm just gonna leave you as a mechanic. You look like a mechanic. Who else is in the photo? Jim. We know Jim. James. Oh, which one is you though? It's either you or you, but I don't. You didn't have that much hair. Did you have that much hair? What do you look like? No, how do I get out? You. I feel like it's you. I don't know though. The child is November, whoever November is. Let's see if on the list. Actually, I'm about to just copy these names or something, bro. November Roottrees. How helpful. So you're definitely in this bottom row somewhere, or not, maybe not. Well, no, you have to be in the bottom row because these are the free spirits in this one. So yeah. She's one of these kids down here. Okay. Jim was in it. Clark, Carl, Ernie Jr., Guy Hudson. Yeah, we know he was a president, but I don't know whose son that is. Out of... Was it your son? Because you were the second president, maybe? I don't know. Or whoever this... I want to lock her brothers in. I just don't know how old or like their ages relative to each other. Let's look them up. One of them is Edward Roottrees. Clancy Roottrees. Eli C. Roottrees. What was he, a lawyer? Let's see if he's in the business one. Clancy Edward Tree. Oh, there we go. Clance Trust was mentioned many times in Business Watch. Most results are from the 40s and 50s, but occasionally more recent references creep in. From context, it's clear that it allows the entire Roottrees family to earn money based on the profits of the candy company. The first article you can find from 1943 mentions that the infallible legal aspects of it were designed by Clancy Edward Roottrees to secure the future of his father's famous name. Yeah, I already looked at it online. So give me nothing. Let's just look up the plans. Like, I don't even understand why this is such a big thing. Yeah, it says the same thing. Have I looked up Elias on here? Elias Roottrees? Oh, there we go. Elias Roottrees was awarded Watchman of the Year in 1936 for his accomplishment of rolling out 5 pieces to a global market. Oh, you look even worse than before. Painting of him appears on the cover. Magazine says he was voted Watchman of the Year. Yeah. Okay. 1908, he forms the candy company after marrying his wife, who inherited a maple farm. During the period before 5 pieces, the company is barely profitable. Elias has a daughter. Okay, well, I figured that out myself. Elias invents 5 pieces, each of them based on the initials of his 5 children, 1 flavor per child. 5 pieces are sold in some Pittsburgh markets. Rolled out in New England. New recipe and flavor is finalized, and the candy begins nationwide distribution. Yeah, we knew he was an architect. There's also a what's next section that claims Elias is going to pivot to ensuring his company's legacy and that the Roottrees Candy Company remains Okay. That gave us nothing besides a photo. Which we can put here. Looks so bad. Who's I looking into? Yeah, so I looked you up and then got to you. Phone rings. There's 2 intuition things from what? What? Okay, I don't care. Watchman of the Year. This is from Carl's thing. When Random was born, Brenda began, or Brenda retired to become a stay-at-home mom. Jim, who had a daughter around the same age as Raina. Jim, yeah, you, James, you. Okay, so one of your kids is a daughter. That's great. Ernie, yes, this is about Ernie. Ernie, I don't know where you are. All I know is that you were a president, but I don't know where you fall into the tree. You were a cousin of Carl, so you're in this row. And then we read about you in something else. Was it the... Yeah, you died. Ernie died. And is Debbie your wife? And then Nicole. This is Nicole? But I also don't know their last name, so I can't really trace which path it's down. Oh. This book has so much stuff. Okay, let's go back to the second book. There's nothing for this page. This one. 10-year, yeah. Sam. Ernie and the kids are lucky to have her. And her children seem eager to help the family in their own ways. Ernie Jr. has been learning the day-to-day from Zach. It has been long time since any real Roottrie was excited and interested in candy. Gwyneth has the green thumb of her mother and her adopted grandfather. So Gwyneth is a daughter of Sam. And then also, well, no, it wouldn't make sense for Ernie to also be her. Well, would it? Yeah. No, Ernie could also be her child and have, what's the little girl's name? Nicole. But I don't know which order. Ernie and the kids are lucky to have her. And her children. Wait, hold on. We're talking about Sam, right? Sam might have, yeah. Ernie and the kids are lucky to have her. So I'm guessing this is just random dude, like random spouse. So Ernie. This is an Ernie. Ernest Madsen. Now, because both kids had one kid. So I don't know which one's Ernie Jr., which is troubling. We'll come back to that, I guess. EC. Okay. Clark. Married again. Still don't know who Wild Bill is. Actually, no. Let's figure out who Wild Bill is. What do they keep saying? Starlet? What's Starlet? Starlet. Oh. Magazine that started with the colorization of film and went until around 1964. Generally, it was a tabloid with a focus on famous actors and actresses. It didn't much go into any other specifics of filmmaking or Hollywood news. Alright. Let's do that and Wild Bill. Wild Bill Williams was mentioned many times throughout the magazine's lifespan, with stories and gossip about who he had been seen with in public. Blondes mostly. 3 specific passages stand out. The first mentions one of his roles under his real name, Walter Forsythe. Okay. You were married to Gwen. Walter Forsythe. Okay. Second is an interview. Although he doesn't mention her by name, you determine from context he's talking about Gwen Roottrees. An apology to all the ladies, I'm actually taken. Earlier this year, I did a friend a favor. He was directing a war movie and asked me to play a small part. Once you know it, the son of a bitch cut me from the picture. I'm just fibbing. It wasn't his fault. Apparently, the studio didn't want to pay for a star of my caliber. Got the last laugh, though. I met someone. She spent most of the film crying. She was playing a soldier's wife. But even through the tears, she was incredible. I know I tend to have a reputation, but this one's true love. I only have eyes for her. Ironically, the third is a rumor that his divorce from Gwen was due to multiple affairs, including one with another actress. An American reader on vacation in Paris claims to have overheard Wild Bill and Gwen arguing in public while she was holding a baby and visibly pregnant. Not long after, Gwen announced she was divorcing Wild Bill, and also that she was pregnant again, giving this rumor more credibility. Let's see if Gwen's in here. Gwen... Roottrees. Often starlet. Most mentions were around the time of her divorce in 1958 from Wild Bill Williams. Gossip is speculative and full of tabloid stereotypes. Some of it focuses on the fact that when she announced her divorce, she also announced she was pregnant again. Others mention that the rumor is Wild Bill had multiple affairs, which left her heartbroken. There's also an interview from earlier in mid-1975 where she was asked about her last name. She answered, "The power of a name is undeniable. My grandfather constantly preached the importance of family names and honoring them. My father decided to bless me with a famous name. There's nothing wrong with Cornwall, but Roottrees has power. My husband similarly goes by Wild Bill. It's an infamous name he repurposed for himself because he didn't have the benefit of being born a famous one. But Wild combined with the alliteration Williams is incredibly memorable. Although we've relocated to Paris, I know your readers love to keep up with my husband, so consider this a Starlet exclusive about both of us. Wild Bill and I have a child on the way, and we're sticking with Roottrees for the last name, not Williams. But we also plan to lean into alliteration. That's how we'll honor both our family names for the next generation." Gwen Roottrees. Forsythe, what was his name? Forsythe, Walter Forsythe? Oh, I thought I put it in. Walter Forsythe. Yeah, I thought I put that there. I don't know what an alliteration of that even is. I don't know what your sons are named, man. I don't know. But at least we know Wild Bill's name, so that's good. Is anyone else in Starlet? Let's see. Wait, did I finish reading this? Yeah, I did. Okay. Let's see if Jim is in there. Jim. Go by James. His name Clark. Rafferty. Diamond LaRoe. Jane LaRoe. Wait, he did get married to Jane, right? Yeah. Okay. Oh, Clark. Clark. I know nothing about you. Or I do. I just don't at the same time. And Jim, you're also in the other photo, but I don't know which one is you. I don't really know where to go here. Oh, I was looking at Samantha. So, one of her kids is Ernest. Or Ernest Jr. And I don't know the other one. I don't think. Or no, I do. Her name is Gwen. Or not Gwen. What's her name? Gwyneth. Yes. Yeah. Names. brother, uncle, cousin. I think I have all these Eli's except for her brother locked in. Grandpa Elias was a believer. One thing. Every time someone's a junior, they're always the firstborn son. I think I've done that in this case. Elias Jr. Have there been any other juniors yet? Miracle Jr., yeah. I think that's it. In terms of juniors, where's the paper? Are there any more juniors? Ernest Jr. We don't know if you're the firstborn child, though. Elias Jr., Miracle Jr. Yes, that's it. I have some Kellogg's in here, too. Nothing from that one. I really wish I could figure out how old her brothers were. Clark got remarried. I did what I could. Eli C stepped up and helped. More than I could say for Clancy or Edward. Eli C practically raised Clark and Jim as brothers. Eli C practically raised Clark and Jim. So you are Eli C? Question mark? And what did you do? You did something. Yeah, his first book probably. Oh, I still clicked on the second one. Eli C. Eli C. Are you not in this one? My brothers all seem to pursue paths of knowledge. Knowledge. Because one of them took over something. Clancy told... Okay. Yes, Clancy is the brother. With architects, preachers, and lawyers don't... Yeah. That's talking about the 5 pieces. Pop argued at length that the company... I'm not even sure Clancy would have wanted it. Zach, yes. I asked Clancy if it ever... Angie's older... Yeah. Okay. I'm so lost right now. I don't think... maybe it's in the second one. This is about Sam. None of the next gens had ever met or heard of Patricia. Eli Jr. I need Eli C. This is still about Sam. This is the one I just read. I suspect he's marrying Jane and keep her from running from the band. Yes. Okay. I guess we don't know what Eli C did. So, Carl, your dad. Wait. No, that's about the trust. Carl, no. Butler County time. Oh, I need to look that up. One thing. Yes, we know that. Let's get rid of this. EC. Zach was made president, we know. Ernie, yeah, we still haven't figured that out. Pop, yes. Gwen, we know this, but we don't know what the father's name is yet. Okay, this is Jim. That's how my father was connected to Roottrees, all his old ad campaigns. So he's in advertising. And then let's go back to the photo. This photo. For old time's sake, we gathered on the warehouse floor. I wanted Eli to stand all the way on the left, since he looked a lot like Pop did in the old one. Bob was outvoted by my brothers and sister. The four of us stand together. Which one looks like the dad? Wait, which one's the dad? You. I think you look like him the most. So you're Eli C. You're Eli C. So between you two, you look young. So we're gonna make you the youngest one. You. And then you're gonna be you. Just don't know which one's Edward and which one's Clancy. Maybe he did Clancy first and then Edward second because that's how his name is. It'd be crazy if that shit works. Do Clancy Jr. And then let's make you Edward. Tree. Now, what did you guys do for a living? Clancy Jr. Clancy Jr. Roottrees. Oh, that's what I was gonna look up. The Butler County Times. Butler County is located outside of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. While the Roottrees Candy Company now has its headquarters in the city, the company began on a small farm within the Butler County limits, and the area has a lot of history with the family. Butler County Times is presumably a local paper there. There are likely articles from over the years involving the Roottrees family and those adjacent to them. As a side note, video... Hey, why are we breaking the fourth wall? Okay, whatever. Periodicals. So let's do Butler County Times. Let's try Clancy Edward Roottrees. Clancy Roottrees. Edward Roottrees. Warren Roottrees. Yeah, we know about the book released. Yeah, we know about the pirate book. Reviewers give it a 4 out of 5. Yeah, we know about her husband. Okay. Not much new. Gwen? I find ads from the 1950s. Yeah, we know her movies. Nope. Let's do Carl. Most of the articles concerning Carl not important. Plane crash too recent. One announces Carl's marriage to Brenda White. Yep. In 1981, Carl got quite drunk at a charity event and broke his arm falling down some stairs. The article also mentions Ernie is from 1996. Oh, that mentions Ernie is from 1996 when Carl took over as the 5th president. Ernie Jr. apparently liked to stay out of the spotlight and never appeared in the Butler County Times other than a few mentions here and there. The article does mention an illness as the reason Ernie Jr. was stepping down. Right, so let's get into Ernie, because it did kind of say he wasn't going to be mentioned. Business Watch, just Ernie Jr. Oh, okay. I find an article from December 1995. Root president to take over Roottrees. Due to heart illness, Ernie Jr. is stepping down as president of Roottrees at the start of the second quarter in 1996. His second cousin Carl, president of sister company Root and former Watchman of the Year, will take over. It has been 13 years since Ernie was forced to step into the role of president unexpectedly. Back then, not much was known about the man other than his full name. In the years since, he has taken on a bit of a reputation as a real-life Wonka. He's known as a bit eccentric and reclusive, opting to be called simply Ernie Jr. and to forgo the typical luxuries of the average Roottrees. In our estimation, he has been a shrewd businessman with an eye for sweets. Ernie Jr. has led Roottrees to record profits by developing new products, including the ever-popular Maple Crisp, and by spearheading the formation of Root with his cousin in 1982 after learning of Brenda Roottrees' power in the fashion community. Okay, let's look up Maple Crisp. Let's do that. Roottrees' most recent product, circular crunchy wafers coated in nuts and chocolate maple flavoring. I would not like that. Website of a fan says that they came to be during the tenure of Ernie Jr., former president of Roottrees Candy Company. There's a commercial that aired a few years back during the Super Bowl. I need to find that ad. Can I just look up Super Bowl? No. Okay. Let's try in Butler County Times. No, this is still talking about Carl. Okay. I don't think he would be modern. Yeah. Starlet? No. Okay. Ernie. Still know nothing about you, man. Oh yeah, I was looking up everyone in Butler County. Let's do Miracle. In Butler County Times. Miracle. Oops. Roottrees. Miracle Roottrees and his son, who goes exclusively by Miracle Jr., have appeared in Butler County Times a great deal over the years. Miracle Network, yeah. Article mentioning legal troubles. Unfortunately, it's a throwaway line in an article about a tour they plan to take across the southern U.S. called the 3 Generation. Yeah, we found that poster. I'll still look it up though. The author speculates they're going on tour to leave their legal troubles behind because all the advertisements, the results in the Butler County Times are not particularly relevant to your search. Okay, let's do 3 Generations of Miracles. And we read this. Okay. Not much there. Who else? I guess we could do the kids of Carl, Raina, Roottrees, Rose, Carly. What was the other one's name? Riley. I feel like if your sisters aren't there, you won't be either. Yeah. Brenda White. Yep, that's the same article about Carl. Oh, I haven't looked up Clark. Could do Clark here. Clark Rafferty. Clark Roottrees. Lyman LaRoe. Jane LaRoe. Okay. Not getting anywhere with that. I haven't looked up Zach in there. Zachariah Morden. Zachariah Roottrees. Zach Roottrees. Oops, I thought I deleted it. Zach Morden. Nope. Okay. I've hit a bit of a wall. I don't know which brother is which. Well, aside from... what's the name? Eli C. Or I do know which one is which, I just don't know what they did. I feel like I skimmed these books, but I might have to do it again. Because this is just ridiculous. Okay. Jacob Clark. We know this. We know that. Yep, okay. Next. Gwen. Margot. Clark. Bill. Not seeing a Clancy or Edward here. Yes, Clancy's mentioned, but not necessarily about what he does. Clancy. I still don't know if Eli M got locked in or not. I don't remember. Oh. Apologies. Okay. Yes, this is about Sam. Now this mentions... Wait. The only one who has any discipline is Carl, but that's because my pop forced Clancy to send him to the academy. So yes, Clancy is your dad. Yes, okay. Great. Kinda already knew that, in a way. What did you do? My brothers all seem to pursue paths of knowledge. I need specifics. Pop seems to have gotten over it because Edward is set to take over his department once he retires. Okay. Your dad was a lawyer. So Edward is a lawyer. Okay. 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 I still don't know what Clancy was though. Paths of knowledge. Oh, Elias M got locked in. Okay. I was correct about the mechanic thing. Oh, and her husband got locked in. Forsyth Bill, whatever his name was. Oh, paths of knowledge. Actor, advertising, architect, artist, author, maybe? Well, I don't think you both were. I feel like she would have mentioned that. CEO, chef, comedian, construction, doctor, maybe? Lawyer. Principal, maybe. Professor, public speaker. He could be literally anything, so I'm just gonna leave that alone. I also don't know who you guys married. Well, got 24 people locked. And honestly, I'm getting kind of tired. So I'm gonna call it here. Thank you for those that tuned in. It's been a lovely stream. But the Roottrees are dead and my brain is dead, so I'm gonna stop. Bye.